All right, what's up, world? Wake y'all asses up. This is another episode of King of the Berries podcast, or live, whichever one you want to call it. But I'm just happy to be back with y'all. Give me a moment. I'm gonna send this out to everybody. I got a topic. I touched on it before, but I'm just gonna go back over it again, yo. I've been seeing a lot of people going through this recently, so I'm just gonna kind of touch back on it again. So yeah, man. So the topic that I'm gonna talk about today is what I started this off with. What's up, Moon? The topic I'm gonna talk about today is what's good, Cal. Um, I'm gonna talk about separations, breakups, and the reason I'm touching back on this again is because I just been seeing a lot of people breaking up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of breakups. A lot of people are ending relationships and things like that. And what's up, Moon? Um, and so it's I think this is something important about discussing breakups, how you handle breakups, the process, all of that type of stuff. So of course, like I always say, if anybody wants to chime in, you could make a comment down at the bottom, or what you could do is you could request to jump on live with me, so that way you could speak your point of view with everything. But breakups, I'm an expert at this. I've been broken up with so many times. Yeah, I'm good now. I know how to handle everything. But as most people know, I went through a separation slash divorce a couple of years ago, and that's what started this podcast. That's what started my men's support group. Also, anybody that listens to this live, I just want to let y'all know that this Saturday, June 26th, at Libby Mill Library, I will be doing my Rebuilding Men support group. It'll be from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Libby Mill Library here in Richmond, Virginia. If anybody's interested, make sure you send me a message, because I do have limited space. No more than about 10 people I want at a time, just to make it intimate. Everybody get their point of view across. So if you are interested, make sure y'all send me a DM. Follow my page as well at Rebuilding Men, and just let me know that you're interested. But all this stuff came from a breakup. All of it came from a breakup, and y'all, it was ugly. It was. I ain't gonna say the breakup was ugly, because usually 9 times out of 10, most breakups is not great. It got some type of emotional resentment. It has some type of anger. Some type of emotion is tied along with it majority of the time. But all this stuff started from my divorce from my ex-wife. And y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all what not, especially my fellas out there, and I would say probably the same for women too. If somebody break up with you, you never beg, yo. Do not beg them back, yo. Do not beg them back. And there's a reason behind it, and the reason is it make you seem weaker. It make you seem weak when you start begging for people to come back to you, or you don't give people their proper space so they can figure things out. That's not what you want to do. What's up, Spence? Spence, we talking about breakups. So how you handle breakups, and I'm just giving people a little bit of history on my previous relationship with my ex-wife, and how I handled that all wrong in the beginning. And one of the things I was talking about now is making sure you don't beg. You do not beg, man. It make you seem so weak to that person, yo. You can't beg nobody back. And that's, I ain't gonna front, man. I ain't too proud. I was begging like Keith Sweat, yo. I was definitely over there wilding out. You know what I'm saying? I was doing things outside of my normal self. But you know, that's what sometimes love make you do those type of things. And it's not so much love, it's really like a lack of confidence. Because most people that beg for their significant other to come back is because they think they can't find better, or they feel like they'll be losing something. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you had to learn too. You been there, Spence. Yo, hey, this is a free space, man. I'm trying to strip away my ego, man. I ain't trying to have no pride, bro. I didn't beg. I didn't cry over women and everything, bro. I know one of my previous exes before my ex-wife, yo. Dog, it's what's the song called? It's Emotional by Carl Thomas. Yo, every time I used to hear that song, man, I used to start crying. Why would you do this to me? We had such a good thing going on. Yo, I was wilding, man. But for everybody that's listening, that's going through a breakup, don't beg, man. Give your person space. You know what I'm saying? And realize that you need the space as well. Because you gotta, if somebody gonna break up with you, you gotta evaluate if you want to be with that person. Because basically, what they trying to tell you is that you're not the right. I don't think you're the right person for me. So do you really want to spend time trying to cultivate a relationship where that person doesn't feel like you're the one for them? You know what I'm saying? It's all about, you know, that's for, you know, y'all to decide. But you don't want to beg. I'm telling you, begging does nothing. I would say the proper way, if somebody does want to break up with you or somebody needs space, you let them know, hey, you know what, I want to value your time. I understand where you're coming from. Like, I understand you got a lot going on. You're trying to figure things out. I'm going to give you your space, but that doesn't mean that I'm trying to give up on our relationship. Or that doesn't mean I'm out here doing whatever. I'm giving you your space so you can work on yourself, figure out what you want to do, and I'm be doing the same as well. So if you let people know, you know, the expectation is like, yo, I'm giving you space so you can work on yourself. Not so you go out here and run around with other people. You know, like you set that expectation, like, yo, this space is for you to figure out what you want to do. And while you're doing that, I'm going to work on myself and better myself. So that's one of the biggest things I learned, was to don't beg. Fellas, women, whoever, yo, don't beg. It make you seem a little bit weaker. So that's the first thing, right? The second thing, what's up? The second thing, when dealing with a breakup, that I highly suggest you don't put your business on social media, yo. Do not put your business on social media. You do not want to do that, especially at the beginning, because at the beginning of a breakup or a separation, especially a separation, because y'all might be, you know, y'all might just need a little space to kind of figure some stuff out. You don't want a bunch of people in your business. You do not want a bunch of people in your business trying to tell you, you know, what to do, what not to do. You know, you don't want people telling you, oh, this person ain't this or they ain't that. You want to have as clear of a mind as possible on what you really want, instead of what other people want for you. Is that, yeah, Spence? Yo, you can't run to the social media, bruh. And yo, it's so many people. I know over the last probably like the last month, I done seen about 7 or 8 posts where people saying, hey, I'm breaking up with this person because of this, or hey, I'm breaking up with this person because of that. And yo, you adding so much more stress onto yourself in an already difficult time, yo. It's crazy. I mean, I never been the type to want to run to social media anyway. The only thing I ain't gonna lie, when I was younger, I was the king of like switching that relationship status. So if I was in a relationship, I wouldn't say nothing. Just switch to single. You know, that was the only thing I did on social media, yo. But keep your stuff, you know, to yourself until you get healed up. You're ready to properly share your story and not bash somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to bash somebody else. They need to be on this live too. Yo, that's why I upload it and I'm going to save it. But if Spence, I've been seeing it's so many people that's been doing that, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. It's crazy. I understand you want to, like, most people are looking for emotional comfort. So they putting all that stuff out there because they want somebody to listen to them. They want to put their perspective out or this or that. Yo, don't do it. Anybody listening out there, do not do it. If you got a significant other that's bashing you on social media or whatever, don't go tit for tat with them. Do not go tit for tat with them, because all you doing is just putting everything out there for the world to see. Like, if that's what they do, that's what they do. You try to talk to them behind closed doors and get that straightened out. But you ain't gonna don't go on, social media trying to go back and forth with your ex, because, yo, that's how skeletons get aired out, yo. So many skeletons get aired out. I seen it plenty of times, yo, with people I know, and I'm like, damn, like, I ain't know you was like that. But it's, everybody got their skeletons, everybody got their things that, they probably don't want the public to know. So that's why I say keep that stuff off of social media. Alright? So that's a big one. The third one, and I would probably say this the most important one. Stop blaming the other person. Stop blaming them, man. And the reason I say stop blaming them is because all you're doing is giving them all your power. When you keep blaming other people for things that's going on in your life, you're taking the power away from yourself. Because now you're saying, oh, because you did these things, I feel this way and I have no control over it. Like, if somebody leave you and you say, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do without you, you giving that person all the power. So now they definitely going to think you weaker then. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling y'all, a lot of this stuff other than the social media thing, I'm speaking to y'all from experience. Like, I've been there, I've done it. Like I said, I got a divorce. I've been broken up with plenty of times by women, and I done broke up with people. I got experience. I can talk to y'all, and I've been through a couple of things. I ain't been through everything. And the one thing I will say is I'm pretty good with I'm cool with, like, far as I know, with all of my exes. Like, I don't got no bad blood, no animosity, because I just let stuff go. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I was feeling the type of way at the moment, and I might have said stuff directly to them, I didn't put nothing on social media, and, like, I just let it go, and I just buried the hatchet and just wished them the best. But you can't blame other people for things that go on in your life. You shouldn't do that. And the reason is because you want to keep the power for yourself. When you push the power off to external things, that means external things can affect you. But if you put the power back in yourself, you control your happiness, you control your peace of mind, you control your finances. It don't matter where you at, you know that you'll be good regardless of what's going on around you. And that's the type of empowerment that you want to have. And that's why self-improvement is so important. When I went through the separation with my ex-wife, and then, the divorce, the beginning of that period was dark. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Clear? Anybody that's joining on the live now, I'm just talking about, handling breakups, the breakup process, and, a little bit of my experience or whatever like that. But, yeah, so the beginning of that process was super dark for me, man. I was definitely going through depression. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't eating. I was definitely feeling a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling a little crazy. But that's because my confidence level was so low. And that's because, like, I didn't have a lot of value. Felt like I had a lot of value in myself. I felt like what I had was the best I would be able to get. And so with that type of mindset, when you feel like you lost the best thing you'll ever have, you gonna feel like your world collapsing. You feel like you're losing your family and everything like that. You gonna feel like, you know what, yo, it's not much more out here. But it's far from the truth. Anybody that's going through a breakup, yo, it's billions of people out here. Billions with a B. It's billions. So for me, my belief is like, yo, you got more than one right person for you. So if things don't work out with the person you with now, all you gotta do is just work on yourself, get better, maybe get your body in shape, get your mind right, get your finances straight, and then boom, you'll find that right person for you, because it's plenty of fish out here in the sea. So, but the thing is, you gotta keep working on yourself constantly. And so when I went through that phase of breaking up with my ex, and I was like depressed and all of that type of stuff, I got to a point where it was like, yo, I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of not sleeping. I'm tired of not eating. I'm tired of feeling sad or angry all the time, yo. I got to get up out this hole. And the first thing I started doing is, for people that just kind of lost right now, going through breakups or whatever, what I did was I started writing down positive affirmations. And I should have grabbed my book, yo. I keep forgetting to bring that book. But I got a whole notebook of me writing positive affirmations about the type of man that I want to be. I said I want to be strong, handsome, attractive, can communicate with anybody. What else I said? Amazing father, amazing listener. People are attracted to me. I started writing all of these things out. I used to do for like the first 4 months. I think I was writing all of my affirmations down twice a day. So I do it in the morning and then at night. After a couple of months, I just started writing it down at night. And I think I did that for almost about a year. And the crazy part is, the more I wrote those affirmations down, the more I started seeing those qualities in myself. So I started to feel more attractive. I started attracting the type of people I wanted around me. My finances started getting better. It's like everything started changing for me. And I stopped focusing on, what somebody else doing or wondering what they doing and things like that. And I just started focusing on me. And after that period of going through that whole separation and the process of this divorce or whatever, this has been the happiest period of my life, yo. The happiest I ever been. And the reason I feel like I'm the happiest I ever been, because I spent the most time with myself, understanding myself, trying to better myself, and figuring out my direction and my passions more so than any other period of my life. And that's why sometimes, man, a breakup could be the best thing that ever happened for you. It free you up to be with yourself, to learn about yourself, to learn lessons from your previous relationships that you could carry over the good things to your next relationship, and some of your shortcomings, you could work on those things so that way the next relationship, it'll be more beneficial. So that's why I like, when I hear people going through breakups, and I see, I hear like how sad and depressed they are. For me, in my heart, I get excited, yo. I'm like, yo, if y'all fight through this and y'all do the right things, you gonna come out way better. It's so many success stories. I'll give an example. Yeah, absolutely, bro. I'll give an example. I'm not gonna say her name, but I know a lady. She had 2 or 3 kids with her husband. She had 2 or 3 kids with her husband, and was a stay-at-home wife. And what happened was, I think, like, the husband cheated or something like that. She found out the husband was just basically like, yo, I'm gonna do what I want to do. He was I think he was like he made a lot of money. So So he made a lot of money. So his thing was like, yo, like, what you gonna do without me? Like, you work, you don't even work. All you do is take care of the kids. He was moving like, yo, you need me type of thing. And so he was like, yo, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm gonna do. She betted on herself. She was like, you know what? I'm not gonna take this type of disrespect. And, I'm gonna figure it out on my own. So she ended up leaving him. And she said of course he got all the money and everything like that. So she couldn't afford like the best attorneys or whatever. But they started going through the divorce process. Espo, thank you. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate you. So they started going through the divorce process, and she ended up having to move out. She said she struggled, I think, live with family members for a while. The divorce process, I think, took like 3 or 4 years, and it was really ugly. But what she ended up doing during that time was, I think she ended up going back to school. She ended up getting, like, if I'm not mistaken, like a doctorate. I think she got ended up like speeding through school with getting a doctorate while working a job and taking care of the kids and going through this divorce process. And the conclusion of it was, in the divorce process, she told me she got one of the biggest settlements in like Virginia divorce court history or whatever. So she made like really good money from the divorce. She's doing really big things, and her kids and everything are doing great. So, you know, she said like, yo, that divorce was the best thing that ever happened to her. Even though she struggled, you know, it was times she felt like giving up and things like that, she still kept pressing forward. And the payoff was she ended up getting a doctorate. She got a great practice going on. She's helping a lot of women out here that went through the same thing she went through. She got a major settlement, and that settlement paid off all of her debts pretty much. And she continuously, you know, getting money on a monthly basis for like alimony, and she's doing amazing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would have just stuck around because they'd be like, you know what, he's right. I don't got no job. You know, I don't got no way to support the family. How am I gonna get something better than this? But when you start taking it into yourself and be like, you know what, all that really matter is that I go out here, I work on myself, I become the best version of myself, and I try to find peace and happiness, then everything else will start taking care of itself. And so, you know, I wanted to share that story because I feel like that's a powerful message, especially for women that's tied up in a situation where you feel like, you know, you don't have nowhere to turn, you solely relying on a man, and you know, you feel like it's no better options for you. It's always a better option for you as long as you continue to work on yourself and you put the work and effort in to get to your goals and dreams. It's going to happen for you. It's just a matter of how long it takes to get there. But so the third thing is, you know, don't blame others. Look into yourself, work on yourself, take accountability for the mistakes you made so that way you can correct those and move on. All right. And then the last thing I'm just going to touch on. Also, if anybody want to add in anything, you can type it down there in the comment section, or you can request to join in on the live so that way you could talk about if you got any input you want to add on the subject. But the last thing that I want to talk about in regards to, you know, separation or you know, divorce, whatever, breakups. The thing I want to tell y'all, and this is a big one too, y'all. Don't rush into another relationship, or don't rush to, you know, just have sex with anybody else, y'all. You be careful with that. And this is the reason why you want to be careful with it. You want to be careful with that because you transferring energy. If you ain't healed yourself up, you transferring broke, hurt energy onto somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You transferring broke, hurt energy onto somebody else. It's always best after a breakup just to take some time for yourself, get your mind right, you know, kind of get a grasp on everything that happened in that relationship, you know, feel all the feelings that you got going on, and kind of work through those before you try to jump back into another relationship with somebody else, or if you just trying to smash somebody, yo. A lot of times when you just moving in that fashion where you just trying to, you know, just get, you know, what's the word I'm trying to look for? You just trying to find somebody to hide your hurt with. When you dealing with situations like that, a lot of times you only make it worse for yourself. You only make it worse for yourself. That's why it's important to heal yourself up, because more than likely what you attract what you put out there. So if you're a broke, hurt person, more than likely you're going to attract another broke, hurt person, and y'all just going to be hurting each other. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just going to be sad and miserable together. Or, you know, you just out here just messing around with anybody, but at the end of the day, it's not making you feel no better. It's not, you end up most of the time feeling worse because you haven't healed up what's going on inside you. And all you're doing is just transferring energy all over the place, y'all. Spreading a bunch of negative, hurt, sad energy all over the place. And you know, people know whether they understand it or not. You might don't understand how you feel, but you know, like, yo, man, I shouldn't have messed with this person. I shouldn't be talking to this person. I shouldn't be dealing with this person. You know it. And yet some reason we always stay on, and we always keep, you know, spreading that type of energy around. And that's why turning to yourself instead of turning to others is so important. Luckily for me, that's what I naturally do. Like, whenever I'm hurt, I'm sad, you know, any type of feeling other than joy and happiness, I'm a natural introvert. So my first instinct is to get away from people and process my emotions first. That's like my natural first instinct. And so luckily for me, that come kind of naturally to me. But it's a lot of people out there that their first instinct is to try to talk or go to somebody. Yes, you do know. Yeah, exactly, man. You gotta work on yourself first before you try to go out here and try to be in a relationship with other people, or try to go out here and just be smashing, giving it up to anybody, man. Please work on yourself first, because it's not gonna make you feel better. It might be a good temporary feeling, like, oh damn, like, yo, she putting it on me, or like a dude, like a woman be like, oh yeah, he gave me that good, but that's only temporary. Because what you gonna do when that person leave you, or that person don't want to deal with you no more, or that person end up being crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta start thinking about these type of things, and really start turning inwards to yourself, because that's the most important thing. Learning how to love yourself, care for yourself, value yourself, so that way also know your worth. Exactly, Spence. Know your worth, yo. Know your worth, man. I'm gonna tell you, for me, after my ex, like I said, one of the reasons I was afraid, not afraid, but I was so sad and devastated about losing my ex is because she's a beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, man, I don't know if I'm gonna get nothing better than that. You know what I'm saying? As far as, just that was one of the things. Like, yo, looks wise, man. Like, damn, I gotta go down. I gotta go back down the scale. But really, when I start working on myself, bro, I'm up the scale now. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with women the same level or better now. And that's just because I worked on myself. My confidence then skyrocketed. And I feel good. I'm at peace. Like, I think that type of energy just draw people to you. You know what I'm saying? When you at peace, you got good energy. You love yourself. You care for yourself. You care for others genuinely. People can sense that, and they become attracted to that. And so the key points that I want to say is keep your relationship drama off of Facebook, Instagram, social media. You also want to start working on yourself. Focus inward. Don't go around messing around with everybody else or trying to jump in another relationship. It's not gonna make you feel any better. You got to do the work for yourself. I forgot what the fourth one is. I was shooting off the top. I knew what I wanted to talk about, but you go back through the live and see what I was talking about. But I wanted to put this out there because I've been seeing a lot of people going through breakups recently. I don't know if it's because summertime coming up, everybody want to let their boo go so they can be free to do what they want to do. That's cool, but make sure you work on yourself, man. You don't want to be spreading around a bunch of negative energy and get yourself in a worse position than you were before. So I wanted to put that out there. I hope it's beneficial. I hope it's helpful to some of y'all that's listening and tuning in. I definitely want to appreciate everybody that tuned in. My boy Spence, I appreciate you, bro. You always coming in, adding value, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow him, Anand the Don. Down there at the bottom. Yo, he's a cool dude. I'm gonna hit you up too this week, Spence. Yo, we got some crypto. We got some crypto we gotta talk about. And me and him gonna have some stuff coming back up too. I'm gonna talk to you about getting you back on another live too, Spence. But yo, that's it for King of the Berries. I appreciate everybody that tuned in or that's going to tune in. Thank you so much. I love y'all. I appreciate all the support. I got some more news that I'm gonna be rolling out. I got some big things in the works. I'm working with some heavy hitters, some powerful people. So I'm excited about some of the stuff that's to come. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in with me. But I'll be here every Sunday, 8 p.m. We'll be talking about, whatever I feel like talking about or whatever y'all want to talk about. So once again, I want to thank y'all. This is another episode of King of the Berries. Peace out.